This card, guys, has a terrible story that an accident happened at PSA. What's poppin' Poke Peep? Today we got ourselves a spicy one on our hands. By that I mean we got some brown boxes, and I love getting these brown boxes back. We got another grade reveal. Obviously you guys know that by the title thumbnail. Our last week's video was also a grade reveal though. However, it was tag. I just have a lot of cards getting graded at all times. However, this time around we got 26 cards back from PSA. They kind of did this like hood rat looking type of taped together spiel. I don't know why. However, let's get all these bad boys up and out of here. Inside we have our slabs. Plastic, please. There we go. Look at all them bad boys. Tasteful. Which side is which? Hold on, I don't want any spoilerinos. Okay, this side is backside. There we go. I'm not sure what order these are all in. Usually they come back in the order that you sent, I believe. This is a huge grade reveal also. I love getting back this many cards. Okay, there we go. No spoilers. No spoilers. I'm sure people are probably in that camera right now trying to figure out if they could see it. No spoilage. Oof. There we go. Gigantic pile of cards. 26 cards total, all to PSA. Now let's see. Do we get shafted on the grades or not? Crumbs all over my desk. I feel like the last handful of grade reveals that I did was terrible. But that's also, I sent those in prior to PSA changing their rules and how they're doing their grades, which before it was a centering thing, because it used to be 60-40 was okay on centering. You're able to have kind of fat edges and stuff. However, now that is not the case. They make it so it's a little bit more strict. However, something important before we get into these grade reveals, guys, I want you guys to know I own Pokespirit.com. It's a Pokemon website where I try to sell as much modern product as I can below market price. Some of it's a little bit more challenging. I usually buy some products from like wholesale distributors, and or even if some of you guys sell your collections to me, which has happened in the past. However, we also just dropped ourselves our first branded product for Pokespirit. This is something that has been in the works actually for a few months now, even before I even started Pokespirit actually, and it just takes a really long time to make a physical product that you guys could have in store. However, these guys, if you're not familiar with them, these things are called ding defenders, or rather card protectors. Essentially you're supposed to sandwich cards together. It could be a gigantic pile of cards, and these are like so firm and rigid that they will not break. This is definitely much sturdier than cardboard. I know a lot of people do use cardboard. I've tried to use like as much of this as I can, like these like kind of more firm card protectors, and I love them. They're so handy, and I loved them so much that I decided to make our own branded version of them, which are currently available on Pokespirit.com right now. You could get yourself a gigantic box of them, and now the size of these things are perfect for using card savers, which is what you're required to anyways when sending in cards to PSA. So let's say I got a pile of 20 cards. You basically just put it behind that, sandwich it together, and then you're able to mail out cards like this, or even just using it for storage. These are actually really good if you have like a bunch of cards lined up and you don't want them to obviously have too much wiggle room, and they kind of work like bookends. However, I was super excited and I wanted to show you guys these things that they are currently available right now. Go pick up a box if you guys want to support me or support the shop. Enough about those. Now let's get into our grades, which are hopefully going to be great, but I don't know yet. Let's see here. Let's flip this first one around. We got the Kanazawa Pikachu. This was a Pokemon Center exclusive in Japan. Such a good looking card. I love these Japanese Pokemon Center cards. Now this card in a 10, I can't remember the exact value. Really hoping we get a 10. Yes, we do. There we go, baby. First 10. That's what I'm talking about. Now, I also want to clarify, in this batch of cards, I also do have like kind of a gimmicky like section of like evolution cards, which might, oh, I didn't fully cover the gem mint. However, we did get a 10 on that, so that's nice. We got ourselves the birthday cake Pikachu. I love this card. This is the 25th anniversary edition, which comes from Celebrations. Such a cool card. Also second 10. Let's go, baby. However, I imagine soon enough we will be having some gimmicky cards, which I don't think are going to be 10s or anywhere near 10s, but there's always a chance, so I figured I'd send them in. We got Keldeo from Crown Zenith. That My Little Pony. Do we get a 10? Yeah. And we do. That's what I'm talking about. 3 for 3, baby. Let's go. Now this one, centering's okay on the backside. Backside centering's usually, oh, as I said, XY evolutions. I highly doubt it's a 10. Let's see. Ooh, a 9 actually. That's not bad. I kind of expected a lot of the evolutions to get like 8s or 7s. They've been in like a binder for a while, and I figured I'd get some graded because why not? I love Sal. I love that. I love slabs. Something about graded slabs. Ooh, we got the Paldean Fates Tin Charizard. This card's not expensive by any means, but this card also just looked so good that I was like, I gotta send this thing in, baby. Look at it. Now let's see, do we get a 10? Yes, we do. Gem mint, baby. I love the look of this card. Up next, we got ourselves a slightly off-centered back card. Also, I realized that this is a 9 that needs to go over there. Again, back centering is not as important as front centering. Front centering is king. You need that like almost 50-50 as much as you can, which front centering is looking okay. We get ourselves a gem in 10 on the Aegis Slash, which also want to clarify that some of these cards will be available on PokeSpirit. There's cards that I get graded that like maybe some other people might want. And then there's other cards that like I'm 100% keeping for my collection. Majority of these are going for my collection. I'm not gonna lie, but some might be available on PokeSpirit. All right, now we got the Sun and Moon tag team Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno, baby. I love this card. I love anything with the birds. They for the birds. There we go. We got ourselves a 10 on that bad boy too. We're killing it right now. What is even happening here? I already know people are gonna be commenting right now. Your PSA grader was in a good mood. You know what? I'm glad. All right. Okay. Now this card is again a kind of a gimmicky send in because the Nidoking from XY Evolutions, I think in a 10 it's like $800. It's a crazy amount of money because the population is so low on this card. Now getting this card in a 9, it's like $5. It's like nothing. So because there's thousands of them. The card is so hard to get in a 10. And do we? That's a 9. Yeah, centering wise, I thought this thing looked really good. I was kind of excited to send it in, to be completely honest. This could maybe be a 10 on like tag or something, because most of the time the problem with this card, as well as the Chansey and a bunch of other holo from XY Evolutions, is that there's some juicy print lines on the holo effect. This one I couldn't see any print lines though. Maybe it does and I'm just not noticing them, because I know print lines are a big deal with a lot of graders. However, our second 9, and it was Evolutions, this bad boy. So this I cracked out of a slab from CGC. They gave me an 8.5. I thought there was no way, maybe a 9 at worst. So I figured I'd send it into PSA, see if we could be able to get a 9. Corners are a little funky on this thing. I did unbox this on stream a long time ago, and I figured why not just crack it and send it in, and we got ourselves a 9. We got a little bump in grade. Not bad, not bad. We take that. I'm actually excited to have this one in a 9. Obviously a 10 would have been cooler, but I kind of figured it wasn't gonna be a 10. All right, the 9 pile's growing. My PSA grader is no longer in a good mood. Hyper rare Mew. God, I love these Mew cards. They're so good looking. But do we get ourselves a 10 on the 151 Mew hyper rare? Nice. Yes, we do. Tasteful. Hyper rare cards. There's not many of them that look as good as this too. Now, let's see. I think there should be 2 Mews back to back. It should be okay. Well, that's not back to back. Definitely mixed up. All right, we got ourselves Zapdos holo from XY Evolutions. This card I don't think is a lot in a 10, but I thought it looked really good, and I was like, why not send it in? This card is also ingrained in my brain from being a kid and like having a first edition one of these, and you know, old Pokemon collection, no idea where it went. However, new Pokemon collection, do we got this thing in a 10? Ooh, we do actually. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. We take that bad boy in a 10. Okay, and pile still growing. Moving on. Next up, perfectly centered back into a. I love the Lechonk. This is one of my favorite cards, dude. This thing's from Obsidian Flames. We got this thing in a 9 before. Now do we get a 10 this time around, baby? Please. Let's go. We do. We get ourselves a 10. Gem mint 10. Gem mint 10. Lechonk. My wife Jen and I talked about naming a dog Lechonk because it's just such a funny like name to be able to say. All right, now we got the Mew ultra rare of the same. It's the same design, obviously, just not the gold card. Still a very cool looking card. Still very pretty. Like it a lot. Thought it looked perfect. It went in the grading pile, and of course we get a 10 on that. If you guys want to see me do like a video, like a preparing a PSA order, let me know. Comment down below, guys, because I can do like the breakdown of how I look at my cards and the different things that I look for when I go to get it graded, and also even how I package them. Let me know down in the comments if you guys would like to see that. Ooh. Look at this Charizard GX, baby. This is also a promo from the Hidden Fates tin, which I got from a short, or rather a reel, or rather a TikTok that we did, which was opening up the Hidden Fates tin. That was when I first started posting TikToks too. I cracked one of these bad boys open because I had it forever, and I thought this looked really solid. Usually these GX cards are a little hard to grade, but there we go. We get ourselves a 10 because there's 2 different factors in the centering on these. It's the centering from the line to the picture and the line to the edge, and it's usually a really hard grade. Again, kind of killing it right now. We only got 3 9s at the moment. 10s are going to the moon, baby. Let's see. Do we continue? Clobopos. Oh my god. This is such a gimmicky send in. I thought it looked pretty solid centering wise. I thought it looks pretty good in the corners. I also think the card looks awesome. I love this card. It's goober. It's goober energy. But the Clobopus illustration rare, do we get it ourselves in it? Yeah. Oh, it's a 9. Huh. Oh, what the heck, dude? What's going on there? Is that on the card? There's a, get it focus. There's like a thing right there. A thing. I guess that's on the card. Looks kind of like it is. It kind of looks like saliva, bro. Like someone was talking and spit on it. Did someone hawk Tua on my Pokemon? Anyways, 9 pile. That's okay. That's okay. Definitely would have been a 10 if someone didn't hawk Tua on it. Anyways, moving on. Ooh, Entei V from the Crown Zenith. I've pulled this card actually on a TikTok as well. Again, looked flawless. Figured why not give it a whirl and send it in. Oof, and we get ourselves the Gem Mint 10 on this bad boy too. I love all 3 of these, and I will be chasing after the Raikou because that's the only one that I've not opened out of Crown Zenith, out of the big 3 dogs. Next up, though, we got ourselves a Alakazam promo. Again, I sent in some gimmicky cards. However, there's some value in this card. It's kind of cool because it is a Black Star promo, and I personally am a collector of Black Star promos. I enjoy Black Star promos. This is also not the first one of these I've created because usually Black Star promos are kind of a hard grade. And if you get them in a 10, that's kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. As a Black Star promo collector, I think it's kind of fancy. But do we get another 10 today? Yes, we do. Sheesh. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Again, kind of a gimmicky card, but kind of still cool to be able to get another 10 on that. This card, it looks like it got some spit on it or something, bro. I don't know. There's some Gunkula right there. Let's see. What do we got ourselves? A Braviary. Yeah, this card, I remember not being too confident on the top bottom centering on it, but I mean, maybe it's close enough. I did do the measurements. We'll see. We get ourselves a 10, baby. That's what I'm talking about. However, I don't know what this Gunkula is right here. Maybe it's on the inside of the slab or something right here. That's my guess. Is that it's just like on the inside of the plastic and not on, yeah, there's a scuff right there too. Yeah, so it's just the plastic of the slab. Still very nice card. Got the 10 on it. That is one of the things that does suck about graded cards is when there's something wrong with the slab or the plastic, and then you're kind of just screwed because the card's perfect, but then you don't have a perfect slab. Typically, I always sleeve all of the cards that I keep and I sell. So it's like, again, if you ever get a card from like Pokespirit, all of them will be sleeved for protection. Ebass, illustration rare, Surging Sparks, baby. Do we get ourselves a 10 on this? Yeah, we do. I love this card. This card's beautiful. I still have not pulled the Milotic, and it sucks. Surging Sparks haunts me. I never get anything good 9 out of 10 times whenever I open it. Tinka Tough, illustration rare from Paldea Evolved. Love this card. Goober kind of energy again. But do we get ourselves a 10 on this thing? Yeah, easy. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Again, the 10 pile is just, it's not even a competition right now. Moving on, though, we got ourselves the Villion illustration rare. This is from Surging Sparks as well. Just a nice, pretty card. Really, honestly, like it a lot. And do we get ourselves a 10? Yes, we do. Okay, again, the 10 pile is just going insane. This is definitely the best return that I've ever had. Next up, we got ourselves Bianca's Devotion, special illustration rare from Temporal Forces. This is the best card I've ever gotten out of Temporal Forces, by the way. I want to clarify that. I have barely opened it, but I managed to pull an SIR, so I ain't gonna really complain. But do we get ourselves a 10? Because then I got room to complain. Yeah. No, I don't got room to complain. It's a 10, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Easy peasy. Again, 10 pile. Tastefully large. Moving on. Mimikyu promo from Paldean Fates. I love this card. Mimikyu is like something about it. It's like one of my favorite Pokemon. It's just creepy looking. I've opened up a lot of Paldean Fates ETBs. This was my best one by far, by a landslide. I want to clarify. So really hoping we get a 10. Oh, no, we don't. No, we don't. We don't get a 10 on it. That's kind of sad. Oh, the corners are a little funky, I guess. But these things are just so never centered for me. I've got like 6 of them and not a single one is centered. Moving on now, we got ourselves a Relicanth from Temporal Forces, illustration rare. Just a card that looked perfect. Figured it's in the pile. Bam, we got ourselves a 10 on that. Take that to the moon. Again, the 10 pile going to the moon. Up next, what do we got? What do we got? Flip it over. Larvesta illustration rare. Okay. Not too shabby. It's not like a crazy fancy card by any means, but is it a perfect card? It is indeed. Gem Mint 10, baby. Again, pile, nuclear, big, baby, pile 9s. Now, final card. What do we got today for the final card? This would be the very last card. This card, guys, has a terrible story that I got to share, that an accident happened at PSA. So long story short, I got an email from PSA. It didn't go well, obviously, because they actually damaged the card. And I'm really interested in seeing this in person now. Honestly, I can't really see damage on it. However, I already know the grade of this card, and it is a 5. This card I opened up in a TikTok. I bought one team up pack. I love Snorlax. You guys know that. My favorite Pokemon. I opened up a Snorlax pack of Team Up. And I got, of my favorite cards, the Team Up Snorlax Eevee tag team card. And so then PSA, I guess when they were sealing the slab, accidentally crunched the card. And I don't know where it's crunched on it, to be honest. I guess on the top, it's looking a little bit crunched up there. It's hard to tell. But basically, they told me in the email that it did grade a 10. Obviously over the moon over that. Then I find out that it's crunched, and that's why they're emailing me, and it will no longer be a 10 and that it is a 5, which sucks because this was the one card out of this entire grading pile that I was so excited for more than anything. And it ended up being, you know, a 5 now, which sucks. I've never had an incident at PSA before. I don't even know anyone that's had an incident at PSA. Obviously, they tried to cover it as much as they can. I had the like insurance for it, the $200 insurance or whatever. The card's value inflated after I sent in the card, so it's actually worth more than what they gave me, sadly. However, obviously, at least I got something out of it, because if it would have just been damaged and, you know, that would have been it, then that would have sucked. However, obviously, the grades went pretty well nonetheless. 10s through the moon, 9s barely any, or 5. I'm gonna keep this thing for the memories. It'll be with me till the end. My first and hopefully last card that ever. Oh my god, I see it now. Oh my god, hold on, bust out the magnifying glass. Oh my gosh. Okay, right there. You guys see that? Y'all see that? See that? It basically, this lip that holds the card in place, they set it down, and this whole lip, oh my god, it's on both sides. She got pressed. No, they did my Snorlax Eevee tag team like they do the hydraulic press videos. They went to go close the slab, and then yeah, they smushed it at the bottom. Dang, bruh. Regardless though, guys, if you guys enjoyed the video, smash that like button, hit subscribe for the Paul GG Army, and I will see you guys in the next one.